Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me today is Sumit Peer double header. The first one will be in English, followed by another one in Hindi. The Hindi one is going to be a blockbuster. It is about our neighbor Pakistan. Now, first, let us talk about what is happening in and around India. Hemant Soren has been taken into ED custody. He has been gallivanting around the country. Finally, the ED caught up with him in, I guess, Ranchi. And what is happening there, and is he really in control, all that stuff and more. The three things we are going to be talking. So first, let's welcome our guest of the evening, Sumit Peer. Namaskar, sir. How are you?
Namaskar, sir. All fine and good. Namaskar, pranam, vanakkam. All Mahadev ka Ashirwad and your kripa. Ji.
Thank you, sir. Sab Mahadev ka hi Ashirwad hai. So viewers, you would be seeing that I'm wearing a Vibhuti now. I have been fine-tuning this, and I'm pretty close to what I think is a thing that everybody can use. So if you like this thing, please do express by way of comments that the Vibhuti looks good. I've been trying to make it look nice. I mean, it won't be perfect. You will never get it fully accurate because our fingers are not, perfect. They are thick somewhere, thin somewhere. So we are trying to replicate that. So any feedback is welcome. Now, first, also like this video. We have some amazing information. Sumit ji has been hard at work putting together all the data. Now I'm going to yield the floor to Sumit ji. Sumit ji, take it away, sir. What is happening in Jharkhand and what's going to happen in Delhi?
Sir, in the name of Bhagwan Sri Ganesha, let's do the Sri Ganesha of this vlog. And the Vibhuti is looking fantastic. We were talking offline also about this. Awesome. I think this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful thing which you're working on. And now, the first on our agenda is we have three topics today. First is this Hemant Soren. Hemant Soren has a lot of scams around him. Land scam, mining scam, natural resources scam. There's a lot of plethora of scams which he's running. Now, he has been avoiding ED summons. This happened last night, I think around 9 o'clock. Somewhere around 9 o'clock, 8:39 our time, India time it happened. Now, he had at least 5 to 7 summons served and he was avoiding them. Then in the day, we came to know his car has been found somewhere. 2 BMWs have been seized. But where is Mr. Soren? Nowhere to be found. Then we came to know finally ED has caught up with him in Ranchi and they are questioning him. And before that, Hemant Soren had already tried to put his wife as an acting chief minister or make her as a leader of the house. But that somehow did not work within his party. Now, incidentally, it is exactly one day before when we were discussing on PGurus how Kharge ji was saying BJP and RSS is poison, how he was saying that people are being, people are just leaving the alliance because they have the pressure on ED. The first question and Rahul Gandhi said it is because of the pressure of ED and CBI, people are leaving the NDA alliance and joining the NDA. Now, the logical question is, so wasn't there enough pressure on Hemant Soren? If it was because of pressure of ED and CBI, then he should have joined NDA. He won't be arrested. If he would have not been arrested, he would be the CM. And so the logic of Mr. Kharge and Rahul Gandhi has fallen flat on their face. Because if for the virtue of avoiding ED and CBI, you are joining NDA, then Mr. Soren should have been the first one to join, and he would have got away with it. So that is how, ill-informed they are. Secondly...
just keep going, sir. I'm just giving some feedback, that's all. Keep going.
Perfect. So secondly, that is what it is happening here. So now, when I think around 8:30 in the evening, we came to know this Hemant Soren is finally arrested after 7 hours of questioning. I think for the first time, ED got 7 hours of questioning. And see one important fact here. How come that even in the first meeting, 7 times he has avoided the summons. In the first meeting, in the first question, he got arrested. You can imagine how short the ED must have the case. And that tells you why he has been avoiding summons. Why he has been citing legal, illegal, this is not right, that is not right, technicalities, I am this, I am that. And some people have this habit of giving themselves a certificate. Like Mr. Kejriwal says, I'm the dead honest, I'm the most honest person on planet Earth. So he himself gives a certificate to himself. Khud stamp lagate hain. So now the person which he which came into picture is this 𝗤𝙑𝘆 Soren. 𝗤𝙑𝘆 Soren is a 7 times MLA. He's from the same party. He's I would say, quite a public leader that way. And he is also known as the Tiger of Jharkhand. Why? Because he is the person who was very instrumental in getting the statehood to Jharkhand. But unfortunately, with Hemant Soren, the cases are so much. Even in land scam, if he gets some kind of a relief, there are other cases which are there. So I think Mr. Soren is काफी time के लिए he will
done
be
and dusted.
काफी time के लिए he will have to be inside. So now the wife is not in the command, and now incidentally, after half an hour back, Sree sir, Governor Saab has not called 𝗤𝙬𝙖 Soren to form the government. Now he is in hurdles. Now they have released a video. Just 1 hour back, they released a video showing their MLAs and all. Everybody is supporting us. Everybody is with us. Now they are in a dilemma when the governor is not calling them. 2-3 things are finally there. 7 times you avoided the summon, you had a reason. After 7 hours of first questioning, you are arrested. And why? You had prepared, you wanted to get your wife, it did not work. You got one of your loyalists to take over. He is not getting called by the governor. And you are trying to show a video, you have all the support. So the logic is very sure. When people are running away or scared from ED, there's a reason. Even if ED catches you, they have to produce you the court. Why doesn't court give you any relief? Why doesn't court give you a bail? And after avoiding 7 summons, sir, logically, it's very difficult to get a bail now. ED will have a very strong case. Saat bar bulaya, the person has been avoiding us, we have been chasing him. We find a car somewhere, then we find him somewhere. We are doing all this, and it's a national resource waste. So, and incidentally, one day before that, Kejriwal was talking about, how the democracy has been murdered because they lost the mayor election of Chandigarh. The mayor election of Chandigarh was fought by BJP and Akalis together. So I have been always talking to you, something kuch ho raha hai, something is also happening in Punjab. Now, Bhagwant Mann ji is quite silent. Chup chap baithe. He is not saying anything. Before that, I have seen a video of Raghav Chadha. He's saying, this election is a game changer. This election will dismantle Modi. This election will be this is not an election. This is this is that. I mean, all the English and Hindi he knew he used to describe the election. And when the election got to the other side, Kejriwal ji said, bhai dekho, this is exactly Donald Trump movement. Now, Kharge ji, we discussed that this will be the last election. Iske baad election hoga hi nahi. There will be no election after that. And Kejriwal comes and they compliment each other. He comes and says, no, this is the moment when it will be like Donald Trump. If Modi gets selected, then he will impose some kind of a martial law, and this will be anarchy, and this will be all. I fail to understand. They lose one election, it is anarchy, democracy is gone, martial law is come. They are the people who got the emergency in the country. They are the people who dismissed around 60 times the state governments. They are the people who said, I'm an anarchist. Mr. Kejriwal on record is saying, I'm an anarchist. Right? Now, when they lose the election, everything goes for a haywire. When they win Punjab, it's all good. When they win Karnataka, good. When they win Himachal, everything works. But when they lose the election, everything starts going for a toss. Sir, aap kuch keh rahe the, ji?
Yeah, so I'm reminded of a dialogue in Sholay when I see what is coming down the pipe for Kejri. Kejri, ab tera kya hoga? Back to you.
Sir, I remember one more dialogue. I have this famous thing. There was one famous Hindi movie, Karan Arjun. The Rakhi used to say one thing, Karan Arjun aayenge, zarur aayenge, Karan Arjun aayenge. You know who are the modern day Karan Arjun? CBI and ED. Karan Arjun aayenge. If you talk this to of Karan Arjun, anybody not that shaking. Karan Arjun aayenge. Now you see, there is a solid case. Now, when he is arrested, sir, he has to resign from the chief minister's post. He has resigned. Now in Jharkhand, there's a dilemma. What is happening? Now, this shatters the myth of Rahul Gandhi that is because of ED, they are joining India Alliance. They are joining NDA. Otherwise, he should have joined NDA. BJP should have taken him. That is the first thing. Second thing is now India Alliance is shattered because Hemant Soren is also gone. Now, what happened between when we came on PGurus last time and today? 2-3 developments happened. First of all, 𝗒𝘁𝙗𝘐 is saying, I'll give you 2 seats. No, I will give you 8 seats. Then we came to know that, I'm coming to that. Then we came to know that Kharge ji is going to call Mamta Didi and Sonia Gandhi is going to call 𝗒𝘁𝙗𝘗. Now, what will 𝗒𝘁𝙗𝙗 do? 𝗒𝘁𝙗𝙗 will say, "ठीक है, not 8, I'll give you 10, I'll give you 15, right? How much can you stretch him?" Now, Mamta Didi is saying, I'll give you 2 seats. Now, again, Kharge ji and Sonia Gandhi calls Mamta Didi. Now, there is somebody else who will say, I'll again give you, just have to put this phone on the side. Now, somebody again will say, I'll give you 4 seats. What is happening basically? Nobody wants to tie up with Rahul Gandhi. They know for Rahul Gandhi, whatever seats you will give to him, they will 100% lose. So why should somebody like Mamata Banerjee or Arvind Kejriwal or Akhilesh Yadav, even in his own state, give some seats to Congress, because they know it's of no use. They will not make it either way. And there is one more twist to the tail. The twist to the tail is this. That there was something in my mind, it slipped my mind. I'll like to get it back. So now these people are, rather than saying no to the Congress, they're telling, I'll give you 2 seats, I'll give you 8 seats, I'll give you 3 seats. Basically, they're saying no. Political way of saying no, I don't want to work with you. But if they say no in the open, then the alliance is gone. And incidentally, what happened, day before yesterday, Lalu Yadav was questioned by, I think, the ED for 10 hours. And yesterday, Tejasvi Yadav was questioned for 10 hours. Loan for land scam, you know the scam. So if you look tactically, Jharkhand is gone. If you look practically, Bihar is in doldrums. Now, nobody is willing to contest with Congress. And Abhishek Banerjee released a video yesterday. He said, for last 6 months, we have been trying to get across the India alliance and saying, let's do a seat share arrangement. He says, I have 2 months to the election. There is nothing called a seat share arrangement. I don't know who's contesting, where I am contesting, how many seats I am contesting, and what is my winning probability, what is my agenda. I have no idea. Who's my alliance partner? I have no idea. In such a way, what do you expect me to do when I have 2 months to the election? In a way, Abhishek Banerjee is right. He says nobody is talking of seat share. And I'll tell you one fact, sir, which Congress people get very much irritated when I tell them this. I say, look, you told us that in India alliance, Kharge ji is the ceremonial head, right? When we'll win the election, then we'll decide the prime ministerial candidate. But what was Bharat Jodo Yatra about? You were trying to push in Rahul Gandhi as a de facto prime ministerial candidate. What is this Bharat Nyaya Yatra about? You are again trying to push in Rahul Gandhi as a de facto prime ministerial candidate. Now, why should somebody cannibalize my own state, my own political capital, and make Rahul Gandhi a candidate? So what is the 𝗤𝙗𝙤𝙪? What is the conspiracy within the India alliance? The conspiracy within the India alliance is they all got on a WhatsApp group or something, I don't know, and have decided, give Congress this so many seats. Either they are humiliated to take them, right? And they are that teeny mini partner in my state, which I don't mind.
So few, so, I think you meant so few seats, not so many seats. So few seats.
So few, yeah. So few seats that there are teeny mini partner in my alliance. It doesn't really matter. You know, it's like a noise in the air. So second, then make Congress fight less than 255 seats, which I have told on PGurus before. Now, if you have less than 255 seats, sir, how can you be then a prime ministerial candidate? How can Rahul Gandhi become a prime ministerial candidate? Then you as a national party, what I've done, you as a national party are not even contesting. I'm back. You as a national party are not even contesting 250 seats. So now the third option will be Congress going alone. If Congress goes alone with the Bhagwan Sri Ram Mandir way, which is in the country, and you've seen the response of the Ram Mandir, I don't need to tell you. Now, here, Congress might be reduced to a single digit in seats, or maybe 15, 18, 20 seats. Something like that is a very, very strong possibility what we see today. So this is what is happening. Now, the person who is really worried after Shibu Soren is the person who is avoiding the, fourth summon also. Is Sree Arvind Kejriwal ji, IIT Kanpur, IITN and former IARS officer, Sree Arvind Kejriwal ji is again avoiding the summons. Now what will happen is, now when he's really careful, he wants to be caught before the national elections and take advantage of that. Now with Mr. Amit Shah and with Mr. Modi controlling the things, I can assure you one thing, Arvind ji bhi jail jayenge. Arvind ji has to go to jail. But when, it will be determined by them, not by him. You see, with Soren, Hemant Soren, he was given all the leeway. At the right point of time, at the right point of moment, when the India alliance, you lose Bihar. Then at the Jharkhand, you also take out Bihar and Jharkhand. Dono gaye. You lost MP or lost Rajasthan. Sir, pura picture dekho. You lost MP, you lost Rajasthan, and you lost Chhattisgarh, right? Then you have Bihar gone, and you have here Hemant Soren gone. So if you look at the calculation of all the states, you have almost given a jhatka in 5 states, 5 to 6 states together. Now what is left? Delhi, right? And if you see the Punjab, Chandigarh mayor elections, there is one more jhatka there. And it is not going to end here. I might not be surprised, Tamil Nadu better than me, but my sources are telling me even 10 to 15 seats in Tamil Nadu look possible today. it is not impossible. 10 to 15 seats are very much possible today in Tamil Nadu, looking at the groundswell, what is there. So who is going to go to a jail next is decided, but when the person will go to the jail, that is to be contemplated.
So I'm going to give our viewers an update on Tamil Nadu. I just finished a session on Tamil. I'm going to give you today's Padyatra of Annamalai. Look at the body language of the people, guys. So I'm going to show that, load it up. Please continue, Sumitji. I'll be interrupting in about 1 minute or so. So just remember that I'm just loading this video. Go ahead.
No worries. So now if you see the impact, first 3 states are gone, then Bihar is gone, now Chhattisgarh is gone, this what do you call this, Jharkhand. So Chhattisgarh, MP, Rajasthan, Jharkhand and Bihar. Now in Punjab, you already have the Chandigarh mayor elections gone. So if you look at this, I have been telling you on PGurus, Himachal and Karnataka will now last for 5 years. Now I'm even contemplating something might be happening in Punjab. I'm contemplating, right? Because I'm seeing this Chandigarh election as a blueprint of something. So something might be possible in Punjab, and Delhi, Delhi literally half of the cabinet is in Tihar jail. I mean, that is how the Delhi government is run. Now imagine Arvind Kejriwal was talking of the prime ministerial candidate. Today he's scribbling over a Chandigarh mayor election. He's saying, it's like a Donald Trump movement. There'll be anarchy. There'll be this. Now, I mean, can you beat it? Where is that India alliance? Sir, 5 states or 5 states are again gone. Where is that India alliance? And Abhishek Banerjee is telling you, you have no seat sharing arrangement with me, right? Akhilesh Babu is not giving you seats. UP gaya, Bihar gaya, right? And here, West Bengal is gone. With Tamil Nadu, how many seats can Congress win? 2, 3, if you're lucky. How much more can you get? So if you look at the length and breadth of the country, and I have to tell you one more thing. I don't have that picture. Have you seen the picture, D.K. Shivakumar receiving Modi ji? Have you seen the picture? The picture is like this. He's holding the hand of Prime Minister like this. Have you seen? Look at
my prediction. I told you my prediction.
and sir, there is I can't tell more, but I think people from Mysore Rajgharana will be very active. That is my hunch. Hunch hai, aur kuch nahi, information nahi hai koi bhi. Hunch hai. People from Mysore Rajgharana will be very important. So if you look at the way he's looking at the Prime Minister, and if you look at the way he's holding his hand, that picture talks a lot. So my prediction of Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh is going to go well. Himachal government is already in doldrums. Punjab government is in trouble. You know what is happening in DMK. DMK, the things are going bad to us, and that is how the DMK is kind of moving on. Can I think somebody is calling me repeatedly. Can I just take this call for a second?
Yeah, please go ahead. I'm going to play this music while you, 1 minute there'll be music, so you can take the call.
Sir, ये तो game over है. This is a game over video. you are ready to point out the body language. I'm seeing a future Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. I mean, that is what I could broadly see. I could see a future Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, and this is a game over. because I'm seeing how people, the common man, is resonating. And my information about these 10-15 seats kind of is already, kind of stands confirmed what the video you showed. So if you look at the situation, where is Congress going to win? Where is India Alliance going to win? How will Sriman Rahul Gandhi ji become the Prime Minister of India? Where is he going to get it? I mean, you are at 408 to 10 seats I'm looking for the NDA right now. That is my estimate, how it looks like right now. Problem is, Congress might not be even able to contest the seats. But what will Congress do? Then they will contest 300-400 seats and fight on their own. What will that do? That will further dent the chance of the India Alliance. That will further dent the chance of the regional players. And that is exactly what BJP will want Congress to do. Because when it comes to the ego of the family, I mean, that is all in Congress. Ego of the family is what matters. Nothing winning and losing matters. Sir, now I have been predicting on PGurus and on TV and other channels. Look, India Alliance was always formed to stop Modi from crossing 400 mark. It was not formed. It was never formed to win the election. They knew they cannot win. But how to stop Modi from not crossing 400? Because he can amend the constitution and fundamental changes can be done, wherein these private limited companies of a lot of political parties, the family-run businesses, can come to an end. So the whole idea was that. Now, if that idea is anyway happening, then what is the point of the alliance? They might all go for the best shot. No, if I'm DMK, I'll try to fight all the seats. If I'm Mamta, I'll try to fight all the seats. If I'm Kejriwal, I'll try to fight all the seats. Now I'm not even that 400 wala mark. I may not be able to start together. Now, if I'm not able to stop anything, what I'm aligning for? Winning is not a possibility. Denting is not a possibility. Even 400 wala mark is not a chance now. So what I'm fighting for? Then what is the reason of the alliance? I can't be working hard to make Rahul Gandhi politically relevant. I mean, that is what it comes to be. I mean, if you are still in the alliance and trying to do something, you are just trying to keep Rahul Gandhi relevant as a prime ministerial candidate, as relevant, because for maybe, for 34, sir, not 29, 34. Up 29 months, 34 ki baat kar raha hu. 10 years down the line, not 5 years down the line. So this is what is happening in the alliance. So this is broadly what is happening. So Mr. Kejriwal ji is very much worried. Now he is just contemplating what will happen next. And I'm telling you, after Hemant Soren, and he has already avoided 4 summons. Hemant Soren had avoided 7. So there are not a lot of summons. Maybe in the next 1 or 2 days, he will get the 5th. Imagine when he will get the 5th summon. Imagine the tension in the camp. He will get the 6th summon. Imagine the tension in the camp. He will get the 7th summon. Imagine the tension in the camp. कहते हैं 7 पे खतरा. 7 पे खतरा होता है. So is it going to happen? What is going to happen? And by the way, Kejriwal ji already has a blueprint of running a government from 𝗤𝙗𝘅 jail. He has said that we are like freedom fighters, we can run the government from 𝗤𝙗𝘅 jail. I think Mr. Kejriwal and all, they think people of this country are living in the Stone Age. We still have those 3 papers which can control the narrative. We still have one Doordarshan, whatever you run on the Doordarshan, that will be in the news. Today is the time of social media, sir. Social media has taken 40 to 50% audience from the mainstream media. The numbers are out. I was telling you it's going to happen. 40 to 50% audience of the mainstream media has shifted to social media. And so are the revenues. So in the long run, how long will be the mainstream media viable? 5 years from down the line? I have my serious doubts. Because the way they are running, the formats are all outdated. They can't fight technology. So in the time of the social media and all, how do you plan the narrative? How do you control the narrative? How do you think you can befool all the people all the time? That is a question which only he knows, or maybe he even knows the answer, but he says, I mean, there's nothing else to say. I have to say something. Look, 5 days back, they were saying that Nitish Kumar is the convener. We are going to win. Modi is like this. Modi is scared of me. Modi is this. What happened to Nitish Babu? You know what happened. So things change, and Hemant Soren, I have done nothing. It's all illegal. This is all bakwas. This is all tamasha. Why should I step down? Why should I go to ED? ED should come to me. Exactly, Kejriwal copied the same model. ED should come to me. This is all legal. This is all natak. But honestly, Kejriwal ji will have a real problem. Real problem. And the perception of Kejriwal, which is getting diminished by the day, is his bigger nightmare. He had this aura of larger than life, right? The aura is getting diminished by the day. So this aura itna sa bach gaya. And Modi is becoming taller and taller and taller. And Kejriwal is becoming shorter and shorter and shorter. No, there's no comparison. There is no comparison. There was a time you were running, exit poll service. Who's the Prime Minister candidate? Modi, Rahul Gandhi or Kejriwal? Still Rahul Gandhi will be in the race because opposition doesn't have option. But where is Kejriwal today? With one Lok Sabha MP, you are a Prime Ministerial candidate. I mean, confidence must have a synonym called Kejriwal. I love the man. You know why? He can create aura. He can create an illusion. I'm the Prime Ministerial candidate with one Lok Sabha MP. Can you beat it, sir? मतलब कहाँ ये मोदी जी परेशान होते घूम रहे? He's trying to all this BJP कार्यकर्ता running. Here's the man in Delhi, one MP. I am the Prime Ministerial candidate. Confidence, gajab. Well, this is called political management, or perception at least. So this is what is happening here. Now we have two more topics. You wanted to make a point, sir.
Yeah, so let's just wrap up one line. Many of you may know this thing called as Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law states that if anything can go wrong, it will. Now, somebody gave a corollary. Murphy was an optimist. So, see, all these thoughts are probably going in Kejriwal's mind. There is a Murphy's corollary also. What it is if a screwdriver were to fall in a running motor, it will fall at such a place so as to cause maximum damage. Everything is about timing. So that way now Amit Shah and Modi are deciding when to drop the screwdriver.
Sir, Hindi में कहते हैं ना, करण अर्जुन आएंगे, जरूर आएंगे.
I think we've had enough fun at the expense of Messrs. Kejriwal and Hemant Soren. Let's go to China's aggression on the line of actual control. Yeah. Back to you, sir.
Sir, there's one important development which we have to talk about China. I think this happened on 2nd January, and I think day before yesterday. We have this 3,800 kilometer long border with China, and now there are a lot of initiatives which have been done before Galwan, after Galwan. Now, what happened? There was a Chinese patrol party which came across some shepherds near a border pillar. And these Chinese, as usual, try to scare these shepherds. What are you doing here? This is our territory and all. Our Ladakhi brothers, these shepherds, they confronted the PLA. And they had an argument with them, and they picked up stones and started pelting on PLA. And you know what happened? PLA soldiers ran away. Now, today, our shepherds feel so empowered, feel so great that they have the capacity to make the PLA run. This is the invincible PLA. What were we told about PLA? PLA will be in Delhi in 3 days. Nobody can stop PLA. PLA is invincible. It is like that army of that Xerxes in 300. It's invincible. Nobody can stop PLA. Now, look what has happened. Today, in this confident India, our shepherds can turn back PLA soldiers. They came with these armed cars and all. But our shepherd brothers were not scared. They said, this is my land. Get out of here. Now, questions which I want to ask through PGurus channel is few. Now, there was a time when A.K. Anthony told us, let's not build any roads. VIBOOTHI is looking at it. Let's not build any roads to the border because that is the only way. That is the only way to keep the border safe. Let's not build what did Jairam Ramesh tell us? Jairam Ramesh told us, let's not build a power project in Northeast because China will be upset. And then Jayanti Natarajan told us, let's not have a road because you need environmental clearance. The famous Jayanti text was the talk of the town those days. I don't know what that Jayanti text was because there was a lot of talk in the media. So from that time, we did not have the capability to keep soldiers all 24/7 into it. We did not have the roads, we did not have the infrastructure, we did not have the bridge, we did not have the arsenal, we did not have the man, we did not have the machinery. All our forward air bases did not have active airstrips, and a lot of the airstrips were kind of disbanded. And in the time of UPA, 960 square kilometers of area was taken over by China, but Mr. Shyam Saran, the UPA cabinet secretary, said, and was taken over, and we did not utter a word because our economist prime minister, Shri Manmohan Singh ji, believed in coalition dharma and believed in a different form of diplomacy, wherein he said Muslims have the first right of resources of this country. That is what the Manmohan Singh ji said. Now, what has changed in Modi? I'll point you what has changed. We were the first country to ban Chinese apps, 150 Chinese apps. We banned TikTok. What Joe Biden could not do, we have done it. We shattered Chinese dreams of becoming a superpower in artificial intelligence. We banned Chinese equipment into the military. We banned Chinese investments in India after a scrutiny they can do. Anybody buying more than 1% share in a company, if it's a Chinese money, it has to be reported, permission has to be taken. We banned Chinese loan apps. We banned Chinese scams where they were trying to get recruitments here. We have imposed taxes on Vivo and all for repatriation of money into hundreds of millions of dollars. We have stopped Chinese infiltration into the country. We have built roads up to Pagong. So today in Pagong, so we have our speedboats, bloodproof speedboats, doing this. We showed China how can we dominate the Kailash range. We made China to exit from the, these all friction points. Today, we have mirror deployments there. We have exactly mirror deployments here. Today, our soldiers have night vision equipment. They have the best of the rifles, best of the equipment, and they can be there 24/7 into 365 days. All the arrangements are done. Today, all the roads are being built. Almost 80% of the border infrastructure is built. Today, we have Paradlai, we have Apache, we have Chinook, we have Rafales deployed. Today, we have, in the COVID, we tested a barrage of missiles, maybe 3 dozen, 4 dozen of them, they are deployed there. Today, we have done the biggest of the military contracts and they are there. Today, even the PLA says the Indian response time is much, much higher, is much, much better, even the PLA said. Now, today, we have throttled that China's perception that China is invincible. It is so much so that Prime Minister Modi went to Ladakh and he told them we are the Vanchis of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. On one hand, we have Bansuri, and on another hand, we have the Sudarshan Chakra. No Chinese leader, nobody from PLA could dare to come to near the LAC. Nobody dared. Our Prime Minister went there. We taught them a lesson in Galwan. Still, they are hiding how many of their soldiers were killed in Galwan. We taught them a lesson in Tawang. Not only that, Dr. Jaishankar does not mince his words when it comes to China. He is very direct. And I salute a visionary called George Fernandez. Let his soul be in heaven. He told us that the adversary is not Pakistan, the adversary is China. And there's a prophetic words coming true. We have equipped our army to the level, to the stature they can maintain, they can throttle any threat from the PLA. Now, if you talk of S-400s, you talk of Rafales, MiG-29s, BrahMos, on Sukhoi MKI integration, so many of them we have done without a speck of being aspersions cost and without a speck of corruption. It is all done, and it is done in a record time. We are building all weather roads to Leh and all, so that we can connect. We are building the multiple roads to go to Leh. Something has done right, and Dr. Jaishankar told China, look, if you don't go back to pre-Galwan position, no trade can happen. The trade will happen the way it is happening at the whims and fancies. It is Wang Yi who came into a commercial plane and wanted to see us. We did not go to China. When did Dr. Jaishankar go to China last? Do you remember when did he go? When did Prime Minister Modi go to China last? No. And how did Prime Minister Modi avoid Xi Jinping in all the forums? Prime Minister Modi in the BRICS summit, stood next to Xi, said India is the manufacturing capital of the world. Where is the biggest Samsung plant it's in Noida? Where has Apple moved the manufacturing? It has moved to India from China. And we are giving Padma Vibhushan to Foxconn owner, who is a Taiwanese, a CEO and owner who is a Taiwanese. It's a big step. Narwane ji, our former air chief and all, they were in Taiwan for 15 days. Our ex-generals are going to Taiwan and spending time there and coaching them or whatever, or giving them some tactics or techniques of their self-defense. So something has went right. So at a political level we have done, at a military level we have done, at a diplomatic level we have done, and at a man-to-man level we have done. How much of Chinese imports have decreased in India? Many things we used to buy from China because they were cheap. You and me have worked very hard and we have pushed that. And I have been very instrumental in, there was a time, sir, we are getting 800 crores, around $100 million of agarbattis imported from China. I have been on TV and I've been shouting, why the hell do we need to get agarbattis from China? Yeah? Stop these things. And then came a list of so many items, including agarbattis which are not imported from China. And a lot of things like that. So I identified agarbattis and I really fought for it and got them out. So I'm happy I got that done in my lifetime. The point is there, the people have. So there is what is called as a combined response. Political response, Prime Minister Modi. Diplomatic response, Dr. Jaishankar. Military response, DRDO, DRDL, Swan drones, Swamp drones, everything were deployed. Everybody has worked together. And people's response, that is you and me. We have all responded together and media has responded. And remember, G20 leadership, it was told when the China will not be there, no major decision in the world can be taken. Yes, International Biofuels Alliance, IMAC, done. China was not there. It was done and dusted. And for the first time in G20, we agreed to a common charter without a dot or a comma. So there are things what we have done politically, and we have shown now that resonance is being seen or reflected in the shepherd. You know, when we were told कि भाई हमें ऐसे खड़ा होना, we have to be like this to China. We cannot fight China. China is invincible. No, don't talk about China. And we cannot build a reservoir. We cannot do this. We cannot. China. And remember the people who signed the MOU with China. What is in that MOU? Why you are not making the copy for public still? So after those era, today see my shepherd brothers of Ladakh बोलते चीनी को भाग यहाँ से. Hut! They have the courage because they have seen something has changed on the ground. Why these shepherds could not get the courage? And let me give one more credit to Mr. Amit Shah. Vibrant Village Initiative, wherein the villages were built next to LAC. Thousands of crores were invested in that. So now today, the question I would ask, when my shepherd brother is confronting a PLA soldier in a checkpost, right? You cannot have army and ITBP everywhere. It's 3,800 kilometers and it's a hostile terrain, right? Now that a shepherd will not go on foot grazing his feet 100 kilometers on a mountain. No, he must be living somewhere 1/2 a kilometer, 1 or 2 kilometers there. So this vibrant village concept has even worked on the ground. Now we have people. Now who is confronting Chinese PLA? The first man to confront them is native Indians, our native brothers of Ladakh, who are with India, brothers of Gurez, Tangdar. No, they have been always with India. They have been always with India. And who are confronting them? They. And see the power, see the confidence they have. They are telling it, Nikal yahan se. They are telling the Chinese, get the hell out of here. This is my land. And where is this 20,000 hectares of land which Rahul Gandhi claims that China has taken? Can he give a latitude and longitude? I have been shouting my lungs out on every media. Sir, wo latitude, longitude. So give us that latitude and longitude so that we can know where those 20,000 kilometers of land you are talking about. This all bunkum has been shattered. This was a very, very bad day for China because the myth of PLA is shattered by a shepherd of India. The invincibility of a PLA shattered by a shepherd of India. That is what we liked about this. And the aggression they were trying to show, they were throttled by not Indian Army or ITBP or BSF, shepherds of India. See how the things have changed after Galwan. And because you killed our 20 brothers, still that, that wound is in our hearts. And we are not going to forgive you, neither are we going to forget it. We'll never forgive, we'll not forget it. It's not China. People are killed. You don't even tell how many people lost their lives and you give them give them an unknown burial. No. We are proud of our brothers and we remember that. We remember Colonel Babu. Colonel Babu lives in our hearts. And remember, till that time we are alive, we'll never forget a fallen brother. That is what a new India is about. So this was the, message what the China has shown. And then you wanted to make something, then we'll go to the last section, so we don't have a lot of time left.
Yeah, thank you so much. So what I wanted to add to what Sumitji was saying was, I used to always question, these people are encroaching India's territory. What is there to talk? Now, what has happened, I'm told, and this is again, it's not for official consumption yet, but during these talks, what is happening is, every time India is coming up with a situation where China is forced to talk not just about the land that was encroached during the Modi administration 10 years, but even further back. Now India is talking about China quitting the places it occupied in 1993 onwards. That is 30 years. 30, right? 30 years, 31 years. So, what is happening is that every place, see, if India is saying that you need to get out, that means they have got another place where they've got them in a twist. These people's knickers are getting twisted everywhere. And China does not have a way to hit back, because I think we have told this thing in a couple of our hangouts. See, the replenishment rate along the LAC for China, I heard it like 1 week or 1 month. India is 3 months. For 3 months, India soldiers can stay at the LAC at these very high heights and not have a problem. So this replenishment rate takes a huge toll. You come in and you're ready to leave again because it's too cold.
Within 1 week, they have to leave at times. Within 1 week, they cannot hold it.
1 week. Okay. So that's, see, these kinds of things are hitting them hard. So the morale is at an all-time low. So India is continuing to press them back and back and back. I think 1993, all the things that so you have to go up to 62, actually 57, I should say. That's when Aksai Chin was.
57, and Sree sir, when we never had a border with China, we had a border with Tibet. The God's gift to Tibet was that it only produced so much of grain that Tibetan could eat. When China wanted to capture the Tibet, who was supplying the ration? From Delhi. Sri Jawaharlal Nehru was supplying ration to the Tibet. Now people don't know about this, but this is history, this is documented history. If we would have not supplied ration to them, we have lived Dr. Jaishankar made a very important statement a couple of days back, I think around a month back. He said, we have seen China with a Nehruvian lens. Oh, China is not a threat. Hindi chini bhai by China's brother. In 1962, I'm telling you, we had the option of using Air Force. But did we use it? China did not have Air Force. We did not use Air Force. Only after Prime Minister Modi came to picture, we are seeing China with a reality prism. Reality prism is China is an adversary. China is a threat. China hates India. It's the reality of the times. So now, even if you go to the recent World Economic Forum, what did they say there? They said India is the only country which can use its economy to manage and manipulate its relations with the people of the world. So Indian economy has reached that level. And today, Chinese are really missing. They know because of their, all this harakats, they are not able to get a pie from the Indian cake, what they would have got ideally earlier. Now they're missing that. They say they're not happy with it. A lot of people are criticizing Xi. I mean, you have no good relations with Europe. You have no good relations with America. You don't have relations, do not trust you, right? India is out of line. Africa, you are put out. Europe, you are put out. South America, you are not. Middle East, your dreams are altogether shattered. You wanted to control Middle East, shattered. Now, where are you going to go? Even in Caribbean, India is ahead. So where are you going to go? Okay, Pakistan and North Korea. So can China survive on Pakistan and North Korea? And our series, Endgame on China, sir, there are so many people who are watching it. And so many people are commenting on it because we are tracking China like nobody else. We are tracking every week what is happening in China. What is the reality of China? Now, we were the first ones to report that, after the President Macron's visit to India, that China, she had to lay a red carpet to Macron. No, we have to rethink, we have to recalibrate relations because they are seeing that India is stealing and moving ahead in the game. That is an important thing what happened, in the recent past. So this aggression of the shepherd is driven by a lot of things in the back end. Now he feels confident. He feels, no, it's my land. He feels that, okay, if there was a time when the government was silent, the army would be told to back out. Let's not engage with Chinese. What do you think a poor shepherd would do? He will also take away. Now this is the new India. This is the new, this is the new India wherein they know how to hit back and how to put the foot down. That is what was the idea of this. Now I think we have few minutes left. Let's quickly touch upon the budget.
Yeah. So this is a vote on. I think this is not a full budget because this is an election year. They can't do a lot of things, but they have done a few things. So we'll just touch upon some of the salient features. Over to you, Sumitji. 5 minutes, and then we'll take questions. We have lots of questions.
5 minutes mein lapete hain. 5 minutes will be over. That it's a budget of account. It's a kind of an interim budget, what we call it, for 4 months. Broadly speaking, it's a 1 quarter budget. Usually the budget is for a year. It's a 1 quarter budget. That too with limited powers because the election is down the road. So what has sent them? I'll tell you the main takeaways. First of all, by 2047 Viksit Bharat. By 2030, 7 trillion economy. I say it will be 8 trillion. Nirmala ji says it's 7 trillion. I say it will be 8 trillion. Today, there's one fundamental change. They are called 4 Varnas. It's not Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. No. There are 4 Varnas. There are 4 castes, so-called castes, as per the government of India. Youth, farmer, poor and Nari. Nari means females. There are 4 castes. So all the development, all the focus of India is going to be around that. Now, if you look after 7 lakhs for the middle class, there is no tax. There is no new tax burden on the middle class. I was on a TV show with Mr. Kiran Reddy. Said there's no tax burden. Your purchase power parity is increasing. The cost of living in India is still one of the lowest in the world. Your phones are cheapest in the world. Your internet is cheapest in the world. Still, you control 40% of the food of the world. Let's talk of the youth, for example. 1.4 crore youth have been upgraded or given skills in the skill development, the skill development initiative of Government of India. 50 lakh people have been upgraded skills. If I talk of Mudra loans, 25 crore ladies, 25 crore Mudra loans have been given out. 80% went to ladies. If I talk of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, now we have around 3 million, more than 3 million houses are already, 30 million houses are already given, 3 crore houses, and 65% of them are ladies, and the registration happens in the name of a Mahila. Now for youth, you are putting around 3.5% of the GDP on the infrastructure. What does infrastructure do? Infrastructure creates jobs and infrastructure creates wealth because circulation of money creates wealth. Now, if you want to see what is infrastructure, see what is happening in Ayodhya. You are getting around 3.5 crore rupees per day. Just at Chadawa. How much are they spending in Ayodhya? You can do the mathematics, right? You can do the mathematics. I mean, up for anybody, elementary mathematics. So that is what I've been saying. Now, infrastructure projects are all-time high. Kisan Samman Nidhi is given to record high number of crores. I think 22 I can't remember the number, 24,000 crores or something. Now, in Jandan accounts, we have 2.47 thousand crores as savings. Now, Kisan Yojana is given to more than Kisan, this Suraksha Bima is given to more than 4 crore Kisans, right? Yet, you are feeding 80 crore people, you have an all-time high foreign exchange reserves, you increase your health spending, your per capita, your budget, earnings to infrastructure spending is highest. If you look at the quantum of the infrastructure, from 1.8, the GDP has already crossed 4 trillion. Your stock exchange is at 4.4. This is the fourth biggest in the world. We have taken over Hong Kong. You are the number one medical producer of the world. You are producing 40% of the world's food grain. You are number one in solar. You are number 4 in hydrocarbons. You are number 1 in IT almost. And you have a youth which is going to carry you for next 70 years, your demographic dividend. Yet your cost of living is in the top, is one of the very less in the countries. Your telecom is cheapest, your infrastructure cost is cheapest, and there's one more advantage of India. The amount of money you need to put in, let's say in China, you have to put $8 to create $1 of GDP. In India, it is exactly the reverse of that. Right, and yet with all those expenses and all the foreign exchange reserves, and you're building aircraft carriers, you're building LCH, LCA, you're building everything, and yet your physical deficit is better than what you're projected. So these are some of the broader features which we are talking about. This is a holistic budget. This is not a vision for a quarter, for a year. So what you want to achieve by 2030, you are working very systematically in them. And 26 January, when we did the program on PGurus on 26th and 27th, I told you the women empowerment, that what we have demonstrated is unparalleled. And I don't want to make it political or religious. I think there are a lot of Muslim women now in the country. After looking that, they are really contemplating her vapsi. And I've seen a few videos on the social media and all. So the message, if you talk of women, if you talk of youth, if you talk of farmer, and if you talk of poor, 54 crore people under Ayushman Bharat scheme, 54 crore people, more than 500 million people, and this insurance scheme is up and running. GST collections of average 1.75 lakh crores, all-time high. Who could have imagined that will come? So if you look at all the parameters are good and great. You have the highest number of startups, third highest in the world, highest now amount of money coming in the startups, and you are the number 1 FDI destination of the world. And today you are in your stock markets, FIIs are controlling less than 20% of the stock market. 80% money is controlled by Indians and Indian Inc. So these are some of the fundamental changes what have been talked about. So there's a lot, but we don't have a lot of time. But if you look at the broader level, if I want to reach here, I have to start building my blocks in the sequential manner. So that building of blocks in the sequential manner is exactly going, and every block is falling in time. It's not a narrow vision, it's a broader vision, and you are every year building those lines and chains. Today we have more roads than United States of America in length. We're building a kilometer of a road in 1 hour. That is the record we have. 1 kilometer of road in 1 hour. So there are so many things to talk about infrastructure, and these are the 4 pillars. And what is GDP? GDP is growth, development, and progress. This is the new definition of GDP, not gross domestic product. Growth, development, and progress. That is the new definition of GDP. We are not talking about what is kitna upar gaya, niche gaya, no. And you are still growing at 7.5% and maintaining your physical deficit better than but projected. I mean, that is the kind of a summary I could pull in 5 minutes, trying to cover all the parameters from here and there and put them in a box, because Saran only given me 5 minutes. So this is what the budget talked about today. And in July, when the government will come back, then we'll have a detailed budget, and how then we can talk more pragmatically into sectors and things and, all the industries. But broadly speaking, today, what I could get out of it, and what is the gist of all the discussions we had in the day.
Do watch an upcoming monologue from me about why Muslim women are doing ghar wapsi. It's going to stun you. Only one line. It's going to stun you. And it's important that we support our sisters and some of the things that are happening in those families. See, I was waiting for actual data, but I'm not getting that for whatever reason. So I'm just going to touch upon the broader characteristics, what are all the things that are happening, so that you have an idea what is happening in Muslim households. It's really, really sad. The man has really become like a monster in the sense that they think they can own the women in the family. I'll just leave it at that. Just watch that monologue. It will break your heart. Open your doors and hearts to our Muslim sisters and daughters and granddaughters and whoever wants to come back, because this is getting really, really problematic. Because the thought is always Sanatani. The thought is always Sanatani. That is why India doesn't go up in uproar when something happens in Hamas and Israel. India didn't do anything. Why? Because they know 𝗒𝙗𝘃𝗍𝘐 𝗼𝘃 hai. They know it's in their hearts. What Hamas did was wrong. So anyway, so you wanted to say something, sir? Then we can jump into questions. A lot of questions and not
we'll
enough
take
time.
all the questions. And sir, I have been telling one thing across all media. After Bhagwan Shri Ram's Pran Pratishtha, wonders are going to happen. Wonders, because that magical divine power, which is like a circuit, which was broken. The circuit is joined now. The energy flow has happened. You will see, sir, what will happen. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
Yeah, thank you, Srinivas Velarkar, for your generous gift. So he's saying that Narendra Modi has taken Bharat into new orbit and he himself has entered that new orbit. This INDI alliance will be wiped out. Sure, few parties and their top leaders would have to sit at home or find a new profession.
Tathastu.
Next one. Again from Srinivas. Thank you so much, Srinivas. Sriji, me being Iyer, myself still use Vibhuti every day. Your Vibhuti application is excellent the way you do. Well, I'm going to give you some more information. This will reach every household. So just stay tuned. We are trying some experiments. Almost there. I'm going to release it very, very soon. So stay tuned on that one. Let's get back to Vijay Kumar Srivastavji, who's saying, what's the drama going on in Jharkhand? Is governor waiting for a signal? Why there is graveyard silence in Kejriwal camp? Is it Soren episode? Namaskar.
Vijayji, we've been talking about, you see, everything in politics is timing. I can tell you one thing. It is not, it's not a carom board match. You hit my queen and I hit your queen. It's not that. Everything is timing. If you want to get the thing right, you have to wait for the right time. Time is everything. So what happened in Jharkhand now, Governor Saab is silent. Now these people are running hatter-scatter. They are saying, yeah, we have the MPLA. But the question is, how long can Champe Bhai Soren hold MLAs together? My heart says, not very long. My heart says, I have no information. I don't nothing. But my heart says, not very long, right? And now I told you, why did Nitish Babu join NDA? I will be very candid with you. He was fearing a Uddhav Thackeray part 2. Uddhav Thackeray part 2 might happen to him. So, Mr. Kejriwal, after the Chandigarh loss and after the Hemant Soren episode, that is why ye itna sannata kyun hai bhai? Remember Sholay wala dialogue? Itna sannata kyun hai?
A.K. Hangal. Very true, very true. Next question, please. And here we go. DM wants to know, is there any benefit or scheme for wind energy given in the budget? Wind energy is 24/7 and can be offshore as well compared to solar. Also has huge export market. Any direction in budget about wind energy?
I think there was no specific direction about the wind energy, but today what I know, any amount of energy you produce, you can directly sell it to the national grid, and national grid will buy energy from anybody, the fixed prices, and anybody can buy energy from the national grid today. So that is what we do. We have energy surplus today. If you have programs on wind energy, go ahead.
Akash wants to know, loving your show on your own show on your YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Akash ji push rahe hain, your view on Baluchistan becoming a free country. Should India support it and will India support it? Just half an hour from now, we are going to get all the data.
9:30, Akash ji, 9:30. We have a lot of new information on Baluchistan and a lot of things are going to come true.
Manoj Soma ji puch rahe hain, sir, please tell the viewers about scams under UPA 1 and 2 because we have the problem of forgiving and forgetting.
Now, Manojji, this new India never forgets, never forgives. And let me tell you, we need at least a 1.5 hour episode for that. How can I tell in 2 minutes? There's such a long Rail Gate, Chacha ji, Mama ji, Gate, all scams are there. Helicopter Gate, kitna batao? Koila scam,
Karthik Viswanathan wants to know, there was proof of Sitaram Yechury having sent a mail or in CC of a mail in relation to wire and China propaganda in India. Why a strong action isn't taken against useless communists?
You know, in politics, even action is usually taken against rivals or potential rivals. Against some noise, you let it go. You know, people who don't have one seat or one or two seats, what are you going to waste your time on?
Manoj, again, please tell the viewers about scams. And this we have already done. 𝗤𝙗𝙬 𝗢𝗚𝘅. I hope I got it right. Wearing vibhuti or vermilion is a matter of pride and honor. Keep applying Sree Iyer. How long would it take ED to grab the muffler man?
करण अर्जुन आएंगे जरूर आएंगे.
मैंने सुना है सर जी, मैंने सुना है कि आजकल दिल्ली में स्पाइडरमैन का गाना अलग से सुनाई दे रहा है. मफलर मैन फ्रेंड लिकर अब मफलर मैन. केसर जी पूछ रहे हैं, गिविंग 300 यूनिट्स फ्री इलेक्ट्रिसिटी फ्रॉम सोलर पावर, इज इट अ मास स्टार्ट ऑफ कार्बन फ्री इंडिया? I think it is more nuanced than that, Kesar. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
It's basically, it was the Prime Minister's dream. But earlier, due to some, we had some serious limitations with the solar panel producing capability and the cost. Now we have managed both. Now for 1 crore houses, this will be given, and a lot of, ultimately, if you look at a small village house or a small, they don't have a lot of consumption today. So India is a leader in solar power, and this is a continued initiative for that. So if this 1 crore houses if we get it right, how many houses do we have in India? We have 25 crore houses. Now there might be a plan which might be in next phase cover another 5-10 crore houses. So ultimately, the idea of getting green and idea of getting Atmanirbhar in most of the things is there. So now we have got the solar panel thing under, because once we were importing from China, but dependent on China. Now the second or the third largest plant in the world is in India. So there are a lot of entrepreneurs who have come in. The cost of photovoltaic cell, the efficiency of photovoltaic cell, and the cost of panel is now well within the reach. So that is why we can launch these plans effectively.
30 seconds per question. Ask Sumit Peer, when are we getting BrahMos drones?
Soon. DRDO is working on that. Soon.
Magnet Rangaji पूछ रहे हैं, Jai Sri Ram, the politicians complain of vendetta forgetting their own corruption. How long can Kejriwal keep dodging the ED? Is there defections possible in Jharkhand?
Sir, I'm telling you that my heart tells me you might not be able to give. My heart, there is no idhar udhar kuch nahi hai. My heart only tells me you might not be able to keep all the MLAs together. That is my heart tells me. I don't. Dil hai ki manta nahi.
Dil hai ki manta. Magnet Rangaji, Jai Sri Ram. Why doesn't the GOI bring a white paper on Indo China border issues from 47 onwards? That would silence Congress.
Important, Ranga sir, is to win the election right now. Important is to reach 7 trillion. I told you after 8 trillion, you can set your rules, and after 10 trillion, jahan aap khade hoge, line wahan se shuru hogi. I have been giving you this number of 7, 8 and 10. These are sacrosanct. Well, if you geopolitically, these are like must-have numbers. This is not an option any longer.
Thank you, Sujata Priyaji, for your kind words. You are doing a great job, Sriji. I'm a fan of Sumit ji. He never fails to engage us with his humor. And इसी के साथ आज का इस program का समापन होता है. Thank you so much, and we'll be back again in half an hour. I need to run because I need to bring out the YouTube notification for the Hindi program. Thank you once again, viewers. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. जाते जाते हर हर
महार. Sir, जाते जाते वंदे मातरम, भारत माता की जय, जय जय श्री राम, राधे राधे, एंड हर 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 महादेव.